Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another morning broadcast. I hope you had a great weekend. A very interesting weekend with the developments that are occurring in the Middle East. The U.S. has decided to launch an offensive attack to assist Israel's campaign. So the market gapped down last night. If you look at the CFD charts, you'll see the market had gapped down last night, but since then has recovered. So we're going to talk about that first. Talk about what we may be expecting. But we had some small cap runners. We'll talk big picture, and the small cap runners they're on the third, fourth leg right now. So we had IBO hit the scan and ran. We had ECDA as well. It hit the scan and ran. So I have these on watch for more trades while we're on our call, but I think we can zoom out and talk big picture. Okay. All right. So what's going on is extremely one-sided as of right now, unless others step in like Russia. But Iran and its proxy partners, other groups, excuse me, have been weakened over time. So the U.S. showing that taking the stance that it's taken is extremely one-sided right now. What investors, the big worry was about Iran potentially obstructing the Strait of Hormuz. And that's not likely. And if that happened, there are some other there's backup plans that I would say, like for the lack of a better expression, backup plans to ensure that the oil production keeps going and keeps flowing. So that I think that's one thing. So from the big picture standpoint, I was expecting oil to gap up this morning, which it rallied. So we'll see if it actually, when the market opens, because if we surpass this 83 level and hold above it, if we do break 83 and 84, then we may have some more room to go on the upside. So sorry about that. All right. And if that happens, just like last Monday, we traded HUSA, which had its own catalyst as well. So we traded HUSA. We were looking at all of the small cap energy companies, which they have gapped up. If you look at the sector ETF XLE, you'll see that this morning they gapped up, pulled back, and now they're holding. So I'll be watching oil. I'll be watching the small cap stocks, HUSA, RB, and E. There's a list of them that we were watching last week, and they paid out. So we'll see if we get a rally. If they start to break levels and move higher, then we can have some trading on those. All right. Now let's talk SPY. So for several reasons that I won't discuss on this call because we don't have time, it's not likely that the SPY is just going to take a dive. Some of the larger companies like the Mag 7, which accounts for over 30% of the SPY, some of these are slowly ticking down. If you look at NVIDIA and some of the others, there's a few others that were ticking down, but on the flip side, this is why I'm saying that it may be hard. On the flip side, you have a few like other stocks that have been rallying, and we've been holding support pretty well. So if we're looking at overall indices, here's a support level. We'll see if we are to break that level, then we may have more to the downside. Otherwise, we haven't had huge moves. We've just been sort of ranging, right? Ranging. So I'm expecting, and we don't know what can happen. We have to react. But what we see now is this level holding. So we'll see at the open. That's what will tell us how the market is responding. And if you don't, sometimes with all of these announcements, you may be jerking back and forth, or people are kind of like jerking back and forth based on these different announcements. But really, in reality, there are big levels here that are holding. If those levels break on either side, then it may be likely that we have continuation. Excuse me, I need to get some water. We have continuation one way or the other. Okay. So that's what I'd look at. Just mark up your big levels, and we'll see if we get a breakout. But otherwise, there's some stocks that have been rallying underneath that are kind of like out of sight or aren't very popular, that have been holding up the index. So we've just been seeing a lot of 1% moves, 1.5%. Not a lot of moves, just kind of price just going back and forth, oscillating, but in a tight range. Okay. All right. So U.S. oil, small cap energy stocks. All right. So we'll continue to take a look at the scan. We'll look for things like WHLR. Right. This popped up last on Friday. These things we'll look that have individual catalysts. This one we traded Friday, popped, and right before the open, gave a move up higher, and then which we traded on this call actually, and exited. Didn't work out, but then at the open we traded it and it gave us a good move. Right, TMC last week we had moves on that one, so we'll be looking at the scan and targeting these stocks that start to run. TMC ran up, and then this morning we have a few that hit the scan. So primarily I'll be looking at the energy stocks, oil. I'll look at these stocks that are popping up, and then we have to talk about quantum because we've been trading it quite a bit. I mean, it's been running, it's been in our game plan for several weeks. But if you look at what's happening here with QUBT, RGTI, these are just ticking lower and lower. So that squeeze higher may be done. Okay, so we'll see. We'll keep these on watch, and well, for now they're on the back burner for me. Okay, all right. So if this is your first time and you don't hear me talking about some of the larger caps like CoreWeave or Circle, it's just because our group primarily is trading small caps, building up their capital, and we're trading momentum. But if you have a question about them, I'm watching everything. CoreWeave, Circle. I'm trading different names that I may not be mentioning here because they may be large caps. So if you have any questions, just let me know. And I've already done game planning on most of those, so no problem at all. Okay. Yeah, I was looking at INDP, but I won't talk about it right now. Just set some alarms. Okay. All right. Let's see the game planning. Did you catch the first MP on the ECD? I don't enter because we have a little space. First TP and the CVD and the last two red candles look aggressive. Okay. I'll talk about it on our call, Amir, in Zoom. SQNS. All right. So this one looks pretty beat down after the run higher. I saw that one. You can set alarms here, see if it revives or not. But rally and then heavy selling on that one. Hello, Musa. Also, LNG moves through that straight. The oil has pipelines, but yep. It's a good point, Reza. My brother, please. I would like you to be my mentor. If you want to join us, hit the link in the description. All right, and you can see if our group is a good fit for you. All right. Okay. What else are y'all looking at? Talk to me. We talked indices already. Pretty much the same across the board as of right now. DJT. Okay. I have a few others to discuss, but okay, what's moving DJT right now? Oh wow. Okay. Share buyback program. Okay. I have to check my scan. I don't see it. What's this move about? Okay, that's probably why. Probably why I can't see it yet. All right, let's watch it. We'll see. We'll see what we'll see its price approaches this 920 level. Let's see what happens there. Maybe we get consolidation there and a breakout, then I'd be interested. Okay. All right, what else we got? CISO. Nothing for me right now. Volume was light on Friday. Yeah, nothing for me right now on that one. All right. What else we got? NVTS. Somebody said gold. Okay. Yeah. Gold may be also in this holding range for some time. So I just watch indices. If we go back to just totally risk on and indices breaks out, then gold may drop. If you're looking at trading more of a geopolitical trade, oil may be a better option to take a look at. It's trading in the range here and has potential to break out, and that may just be an more obvious play because of oil production and what's going on in the Middle East. Okay, all right, NVTS. This one also has, we traded, it was in our game plan. I'd watch the semiconductor names, SMCI, look at what's happening with NVIDIA. Also here, it has good levels. So you can see if it pulls out of the current range here. But every time I've watched it over the past 2 days or so, we had some moves, but the volume just wasn't, not a lot of volume, in my opinion, when I was looking at it. So we had a lot of chop like this, which I think I may have taken a few trades, but it was just a little bit, the range was a little tighter. So yeah, just keep an eye on it. I'll have it in the back of my mind as well. All right, XEL. What's going on with this one? Their exchange. Okay. Excellis rises after cancer therapy succeeded in late study. Oh, damn. Sorry, y'all. My charger. I gotta grab my charger. I didn't notice this whole morning. I'm just sitting here unplugged. What am I on? 10%? All right, I'm gonna grab my charger. Just real quick. Hey, I just want to thank you all for joining day in and day out. We've been together live since January, and I think it's been successful. We've been catching moves in our here on the game plan. I think I've given out a lot of gems, and we've been just rocking together every day. And then our live trading room. I think everybody would agree it's been great. It's been fun. It's been really fun. I'm glad that we decided to do it, and look forward to continuing. So, all right, let me see. Okay. So, what else you got? Yeah, thank you all for joining. I appreciate you all. Thank you all for joining. Watch the. I recommend everybody watch that last video if you haven't, where I'm looking at the different trades at accounts. It's very insightful because sometimes you may think you suck. You may feel bad about your performance, but underneath the hood, if you look at the data will tell you what you need to work on. All right, the data will tell you. The data is most important. Okay, all right. Okay, I'm gonna go over my last few. Okay, last few. All right, so CRMD, this one here raises its guidance. So I take a look at this one for it's an earnings type play. It's been moving pre-market. Volume may not come into these types of names until the market opens. So let's see what happens. Maybe opening drive type of play, or maybe it dips and then it bounces from VWAP. So this one, fresh news play. Okay, and then here talked about. An interesting one that I'm looking at is, well, we'll just keep that one on watch for our call. It's already moved. HOVR, I think it was. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, HOVR. All right, 1 second, y'all. 1 second. I need to get somebody to grab my charger box. All right, thanks, y'all. Sorry about that. All right, sorry about that. I just had to get my charger. Laptop was about to die. Okay, all right. So somebody asked about Circle. So Circle is extremely overbought conditions. So many are looking for a parabolic move. Again, anything can happen and it can go higher, but extremely overbought conditions. So many are looking for that parabolic spike, especially the volume spiking here, right here, increasingly and gapping up. So we'll see what happens there. And who else? What is the book about? That one, the book is it's called The Playbook by Mike Bellafiore. One Good Trade gives you a firm understanding of what happens inside of a prop firm, like with professional traders, the mindset. So that one prepares you for the playbook, in my opinion. I read One Good Trade first, maybe just halfway through. You don't have to read the entire thing. And then read the playbook. What else came out on Zeta? I need to look into this one a little bit more. Yeah, I see it's gapped up, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure why. I think it may just be rallying from, could potentially be rallying from Friday's news. Okay, and Tesla. Levels. Same thing I said about indices. Now Tesla has some developments that are coming out here pretty soon that may take it higher. But as of right now, levels. We can have a conversation about what's going on with the company, some of the things that they're doing. But as of right now, I'm just looking at these levels. So the main thing is they launched a robo taxi. So they do have fresh news. They have fresh news. They launched a robo taxi here in Texas where I am. So that's something to look at. And I look at these as it squeezes to up to that 328-ish level, or maybe if it drops for a bounce. But it is squeezing here. So if you look at price squeezing, right? So it could be preparing for a breakout of 328 higher. So that catalyst can definitely be a driver to push it higher through this level. All right. So that's how I structure that idea. Okay. All right. Yeah. So we're on the roll, y'all. We have a few names: Fresh Catalyst, CRMD, the raises guidance. We have the energy names based on what's going on, and we have a few other tickers that are popping up on scan. So let's get ready for a good day today. To make today your best, follow your plan. If you did your review on the weekend, work on whatever it is you said you need to get better at. Just hammer at it, and eventually you'll turn things around if you're in the red, or continue to start to be able to scale if you're already green. All right. I hope y'all have a great day. BID, all right, that's the last one we'll take a look at. Mark White. In short, yes, but also it's creating, like if it's hitting resistance, it's creating higher lows as it's doing so. That's what I say in short. And the reverse, if it's testing support, it's creating lower highs. So you see the ascending triangle or descending. And that's a signal that if volume increases as it breaks, then maybe a good play, especially if there's news. Yeah, for me on BIDU, I think we need to for the long side. I mean, it's touching a support level, but it's been on a temporary downtrend. So if you're long, we need to see 84 probably broken. 84.13, 84.70, those are levels, and this is support 83. So if volume is there, you know, you probably need to break this 84.17 though. It's just been creating lower highs here. It's below VWAP. So depending on what side of the coin you're on, if you're looking at shorts, then you want to see it break that this current support. Okay. Or maybe pops up to VWAP, can be faded. All right. Okay. All right. Let's get to it, y'all. Hope y'all have a great day. If you're on YouTube, and when market opens, how do you decide on which stock to trade? I mean, based on what? All right. I'll have to do a video on that. Like how to trade the open. I think that's a good video. How to trade the open. All right. All right. Hope y'all have a great day, and I will talk to y'all later. All right. Thanks a lot. Later.